Unreasonable director-related transactions are a type of voidable transaction in company insolvency that allows the liquidator to recover certain transactions that improperly benefited directors or their associates before liquidation. Under Section 588 FDA of the Corporations Act, an unreasonable director-related transaction generally arises where a company enters into a transaction involving the payment, transfer of property, issue of security, or incurring of an obligation for the benefit of a director or a close associate of the director or someone acting on their behalf, and a reasonable person in the company's circumstances would not have entered into that transaction. Unlike some other voidable transaction claims, the liquidator does not need to prove that the company was insolvent at the time of the transaction. These claims commonly arise where company funds or assets have been transferred to directors, related entities, family members, or associated businesses on terms that are not commercially justifiable. Examples may include excessive payments, undervalued transfers of company property, forgiveness of debts owed by directors, or transactions providing significant benefits to related parties without adequate benefit to the company itself. When assessing whether a transaction is unreasonable, courts apply an objective test. This involves examining the benefits and detriments to the company, the benefits received by the director or related party, and any other relevant circumstances. The key question is whether a reasonable person in the company's position would have entered into the transaction at all. If a liquidator successfully establishes that a transaction was unreasonable, the court has broad powers to make orders undoing that transaction. This can include requiring money to be repaid, property to be returned, or compensation to be paid to the company for the benefit of its creditors. These claims are often financially significant and can expose directors and related parties to substantial recovery actions. However, there are important defenses and strategic considerations available. A person responding to such a claim may dispute whether the transaction actually benefited a director or close associate, argue that the transaction was commercially reasonable in the circumstances, or challenge whether the statutory elements have been properly established. Timing issues, evidentiary deficiencies, and the true commercial purpose of the transaction can all become critical factors in defending the claim. Because unreasonable director-related transactions claims often involve complex financial records, related party dealings, and detailed insolvency analysis, early legal advice is critical. Understanding whether a transaction is genuinely vulnerable to clawback, what defenses may be available, and how best to respond can significantly affect the outcome for directors, companies, and related entities. Contact us today for a free 30-minute consultation with one of our experienced team of commercial litigation professionals, and let us help you protect your rights.